Gather round, warriors, we're calling your name. From the shadows we rise, never seeking fame. Through fire and snow, our battles unfold. NCI Mafia stands proud and bold. In the firelight's glow, we summon the night. Blood red sands whisper the legends in sight. Where the ice cold winds howl through the trees, we chase the monsters that bring us to our knees. Bigfoot's prowling with a primal roar, ghostly figures haunting the mythic folklore. Dogman howls in the dead of the dark, feral ones wander leaving their mark. NCI Mafia calling us home through the blood and the battle. We're never alone. Echoes of truth in this unholy fight. We'll stand for the tales that haunt us at night. Cherokee legends of the spirits alive, old timers tales, they help us survive. Nothing dismissed, it's all brought to light. In this world of shadows, we're prepared for the plight. Testimonies rise like the fog on the ground, voices of those who dare to stick around. With every whisper, we build our resolve, facing the monsters with legends to solve. Yeah, NCI Mafia calling us home through the blood and the battle. We're never alone. Echoes of truth in this unholy fight. We'll stand for the tales that haunt us at night. NCI.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to NCI, North Carolina Investigates. I see we got our good group here already. They're already building up. We've got 8 people there. Oh, yeah, they're coming in good. Well, my bud Rob had some eye problems today. Had to go to the doctor, but I'm going to go ahead and bring him on, and then we'll get we'll get everybody else on. Then we'll bring our wonderful guest on. Come on board, Rob.
Hey, what's happening, my brother?
What's happening? How you feeling, bro?
Everything's blurry.
Well, that happens when they stick a needle in your eye.
Yeah. And the sad part about it is they're going to put one of them darn lasers in my eye on the 4th of next month.
Let's hope they ain't got turned up too high and go all the way through.
Oh, they ain't going to find nothing but just a little dab of muddy water and probably they might find some old clumpy clay. It's moldy.
I think they'll probably find Bucky's sausage, jalapeno sausage in there. Or
Well,
Ritz
they
crackers.
might. I've got one of Bucky's cups.
That's true. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and bring on our buddy Tim. See what he's got to say. What's up, Tim? Oh.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I'm missing 5 more. Yeah, I'm supposed to have 37 of them. Okay, yeah. Evidently, they hung up on me.
Apparently, your duck went crazy.
Evidently, that's that Peking duck from Temu.
There you go. That'll do it.
I was going to say that they hadn't sent all my fishing poles and stuff, but the phone actually rung and screwed that up. So I'm just going to sit here and be quiet.
Well, I tell you what, let's bring in some reinforcement. We'll bring your son on. Here's Matt.
Okay.
Strowman Jr.
I'm gonna keep rolling with it every time you do it. I'm just gonna.
There you go. I tell you what, let's go ahead and bring the Jerry man on too.
Hey, Robert, man, at least you're having some eye problems, but at least you ain't having sinus problems.
That's true.
Now, if I was having sinus problems, it would be a sad hour all the way around. I mean, just it'd be a Jed Clampett moment. Pitiful, just plumb pitiful.
Well, you know, they got an answer for that sinus problem, don't you?
Yeah.
It's
But
called the Boom Boom.
What's going on, my peoples? How's everybody doing?
Hey, buddy boy.
Hi, Tim.
Yeah.
I can hear you fine now.
Oh yeah, hey, now he don't have to sit and talk to me. He can hear me fine all of a sudden.
Shoving pizza down my throat.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rob, since I'm doing this, I'm gonna let you introduce our guest. How's that sound?
all righty, let me get our disclaimer out of the way and get these commercials out of the way right real quick.
Hey, that's a good idea.
And by golly, we'll see if we can't do like old Phil Robertson off of Duck Dynasty. We'll see if we can't be a cooking with a little dab of peanut oil.
There you go.
All righty, here's our disclaimer. And of course, we're pretty good for 13 minutes because we're PG-13.
There you go.
And if I can find them, if I can see good enough to find them. Oh, here we go.
I have all the confidence in the world in you.
Anybody needs any taxidermy work done this hunting season or any hunting season in the future from now on, contact Josh Ward in Marion, North Carolina, right here in the western North Carolina mountains, 828-460-1931. He will do you right. He is a fan of North Carolina Investigates. Tell Josh that North Carolina Investigates sent you. Also, if you're in the western North Carolina vicinity and you want some quality everyday necessities, you need dog food, you need food for your animals at the barn, you need dog collars, or if you've got a mother-in-law that dadgum is a squawking like a duck and you can't get her to hush, Chris and Emily McMahon does have a anti-bark collar down there you can buy her for Christmas. Give Emily and Chris McMahon a call, 828-678-1003. Tell them North Carolina Investigate sent you because that is our home away from home, our headquarters. Also coming in 2027, Mark and Catherine Austin is going to present a new camping experience called Bobby. This campground will be located on Highway 80 South, in between North Carolina Hemlocks Campground and Black Mountain Campground up in the refuge. You will enjoy this. Bring your tent, bring your favorite RV. Catherine and Mark will do you right. It'll be absolute wonderful, wonderful camping experience.
Son, you did a fine job. Fine job.
Well, thank you. As always, ladies and gentlemen, you never know what North Carolina Investigates is going to bring to the board. You never know what kind of subjects we're going to be talking about. You never know who we're going to be bringing on here. But we've got our NCI brother and sister with us tonight, the absolute wonderful lady. She's highly intelligent. She knows what she's doing. She's been doing this type of work for many, many years. She has her own podcast called Beyond the Veil here on YouTube. This is the paranormal white witch, Tracey Jones, and her great husband, cameraman Bob. So if everybody would, let's give them a warm welcome and let the Cryptid Nation show them some love.
Good evening, everyone. Golf clap. Got to go with that. Apparently, I've been left out of the secret handshake. Yeah, the Italians have something similar to that, but it means something else.
Well, if you've ever watched the Little Rascals from way back in the 70s when we was kids, that's the Little Rascals high sign.
Or if you go third drop in the sun.
What kind of stogie you smoking, Bob?
Macanudo.
Nice.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's not a Macanudo. That's a Davidoff.
You mind to repeat that in English?
That is English. They're American cigars.
Its name is Davidoff.
I don't have anybody going down to Mexico anymore to bring me any pre-embargo Cubans back.
And do I see a set of jump wings on that shirt?
Oh, that would be my son. They're not mine.
Airborne.
This was his unit when he was stationed at Bragg, 373 1st Brigade Combat Team.
Let's see if I can get this on there. There we go. Wait a minute.
Okay. Yeah.
Boom. So you tell him I said hello.
I have a couple of times. This thing's giving me a hard way to go. I'll get it later. I'll wait till it burns off.
Okay.
All right, Miss Tracy, the floor is yours.
For what?
You can talk about anything you want to, and
What?
Talk about stuff.
Whatever
For
you
what?
want to talk about.
For you.
I'm just playing with them. Oh, I don't know. Do you all have any kind of questions for my weird little world, or what would you like me to chat about?
anything you want.
Can you talk about some of the stuff that I know some of it you can't talk about, but some of the stuff that went on at the LBL?
Oh yeah, sure. No, Ray Googles actually told me I could talk about it. It's probably going to be another year before the documentary is out. Gray Googles has Relic Films, and he invited all of us to come down. My husband and I went, and Robert and Jerry were there, and it was a really cool place. But I am already a medium and an empath and a third generation witch. So I was down at probably one of the most haunted places. I thought Gettysburg was bad, holds no candle to LBL. We go down to the LBL on Halloween and a full moon. So it was like, the God helmet. It looks like a swimmer's cap, only loose, and it has like electrodes coming out from it. But they're no more zappy than anything you have on your refrigerator. What?
They're actually not electrodes. They actually create a low frequency vibration throughout throughout the cap, and the vibration is supposed to, according to what we were told, unlock the bridge between the two hemispheres of the brain. So anybody who's sensitive will become more sensitive. And yes.
So I'm sitting there with this thing on. It's got to stay on for about 15, 20 minutes. And there was nothing. And then I started seeing these little shapes. And the only way I can describe it, it's like, you remember the old chiclet, little envelope of gum that you would get? Mm-hmm. Okay, that confetti-like stuff, that's what I was seeing. I'm like, this is really pretty. And then a couple more minutes go by, and all the way down the end of this, like, football-length field, I see this shadow, what I thought was a shadow person. And within a millisecond, it went from there right up into my face. And I'm batting at it because I'm thinking at the time it's a shadow person. And he looks down and said, she's doing that Stevie Nicks shit again.
She's waving the music out of her face.
Well, y'all kind of helped me understand that was an alpha male coming to check me out, since I was already the most open one down there. And then they just kind of juiced me up with it. And after I got done batting at him, I heard it or somebody walk around where I was 3 times. And I kept thinking, Greg was so determined to have everybody quiet. Why is he down there traipsing around? Because, it's going to get picked up. But whatever, it's not my documentary. I go through the 15, 20 minutes, and Trey Hudson comes down and he takes it off. And Greg is like way over on the other side. There was nobody there. But those footsteps were heavy, so maybe it was whatever charged me. So that was a little crazy. Then they moved on to what's called the Estes method, which is like you have a blinder on, right? You have earphones on, and all you are supposed to be able to hear is like static noise. But you can't see anything, you can't hear anything but what's in there. And the premise is that spirit can talk through certain wavelengths.
Yeah.
Okay. And that generally, works. It was an experience that, and I don't say this lightly, that almost broke me. And I've seen spirit since I was in a, little kitty bed. But this turned out to be 2 young girls who went for a ride with this guy. And I can't remember the names, but he tells me at the time I gave their first, middle, and last name. because they found them on the internet later on, and I described what they look like and whatnot. And so these two girls, they go for a joyride with this guy, but unfortunately, the guy took them to meet his other friend, and they did to the girls what you should never, you know. And what broke me was anything that they felt, I was feeling. Normally, it's like I'm sitting in the back of the movie theater and I'm watching a movie and I don't feel anything, or so it's never bothered me. This time it was 100%. I felt everything that happened to those girls. Now, thank God it's dissipated, and I don't remember the sensation anymore. But they did that to them, and so they wouldn't talk. They shot them. Killed them with a shotgun.
Yeah, I was standing at the campfire, which was probably 65 or 70 feet away from where she was sitting. I was talking with Natalie Smearin.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Natalie. And there's this loud crack, the kind of crack that you hear around a fire. And I looked down, there's no sparks. So it couldn't have been the fire. And then about 10 seconds later, there was a second one, loud banging sound. And I was staring at the fire, so it wasn't anything that was in the fire. There's hunting grounds all around where we were, some of them on the other side of a ridge from where we were, some of them along on the other side of flat ground. And it didn't sound like a new gunshot. It didn't sound like there was somebody actually in the woods, taking a shot at a deer or taking a shot at a turkey at that time of year. So the only thing we could assume is that somehow the shots that killed the two girls manifested themselves at the campsite.
Yeah, it was one. And then during the Estes method, Trey was sitting next to me to take notes and whatever. And I talked as though I was this young lady, and I'm screaming and crying and everything because he's about to kill my step sister. And then the first bang went off. And then I'm pleading with him for my life. And I start running and he shoots me. And right when I said, oh my God, I'm shot, that's when they heard the next one. But it was horrific, but it was the most awesome thing in the world at the same time. Will I ever do it again? Probably not. Especially down at LBL on Halloween and a full moon. But that's not really a great thing to do.
Tracy, I think, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I think I actually even reached out to you after that because I had heard about the murder of those two girls on a podcast called Park Predators. And I remember it caught my attention that on that they were talking about the murder of two girls at the LDL. And I remember reaching out to you, and I think you said the names were Vicky and Carla.
Yeah.
Or I asked you if the names that they were given to you were Vicky and Carla, and you were like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked it up on the internet as soon as she said them, and so put something in with LBL, and that's the first thing that popped up. It was almost like it was a sponsored site.
Yep.
And I read it over real quick, and then I'm listening to what she's saying, and we're like, I'm kind of freaking out. I'm like, as soon as she started screaming, I ran towards her, but I stopped short. And it's the kind of situation that she's always like my bodyguard. And like, how do I protect her from stuff like that? There's nothing there for me to swing at. There's nothing there for me to stab or shoot or kick or whatever. So, that's kind of a freaky situation for me that day too.
And the good thing is I crossed them over. And I do remember this feeling when they were crossing. It was the most peaceful, loving feeling I've ever had in my entire life. Sorry, but they outdid you. When I took everything off, everybody was bawling. And I'm going, what? Because in that instant, I didn't remember. So, but I mean, all of them. Craig, Natalie, him. Yeah. So, it was a lot, but it was definitely well worth it. So.
Yeah, after like a week of recuperation.
Yeah, it took me a good week, maybe a little longer in bed because I was broke.
Yeah, I'm coming home from work all week. What do you want me to make for dinner? What do you want to get for dinner?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a whole lot.
Taking care of the cats.
Have you guys ever seen spirit or anything like that down at LBL, like weird stuff?
Tim got to be pulled by one of them.
Yeah, we was at one of the graveyards looking for orbs, and I'm watching a big black mass behind our trucks, And I showed it to Greg and them and told them about it. And then me and George are standing there, and something pulls back of my coat just a little bit. And I thought, well, that felt like something pulled my coat, but no, it's where we're at. You know, we're at the LBL. It's spooky, blah, blah, blah. And that thought no more got out of my brain until it pulled it hard enough to pull me off balance.
Wow.
And when it did that, I told George, I said, something just pulled the back of my coat. And tell her what you heard, George.
Well, right before that happened, female voice was got in my ear and said, hey. About the third time she hollered, hey, real loud, he got jerked.
Wow.
So if George would have answered, I'd have been left alone. That's what I'm taking from him.
Okay, it's my fault. I admit it.
Wow. Damn. Wow.
Thanks, cuz.
And you could hear the engine of the bus just spinning up.
I've got another.
Those are strange women. I'm sorry.
Huh? It's what women?
What I think he said something about witte.
White women? Oh, yeah, we're crazy. And we're not afraid of any animal, basically, because I wanted to boot the snoot on an elk, was it?
Yeah, we went into that $5 elk in Buffalo sanctuary they've got in the park, and we saw a whole bunch of nice sized elk. And she's like, oh, I just want to go up and touch it. I'm like, well, you go up there and touch it, and I'll call the ambulance now. And I'll tell them to bring a sieve to get your remains out of the grass.
There's a lot of people got home and stomped by those elk
in that park. You had to be at least 1,500 pounds.
And it was a good trip down there. Another story I can share with you, where Bob was with me, was Laurel's House of Horrors. It's a haunted attraction in Laurel, Maryland. It used to be Twin Oaks Movie Theater. And the guy would run 10-cent Sundays forever. And of course, that started like in the 50s or something like that. And it's set what?
I'm just listening.
It sat empty for quite some time. Yeah. And eventually, the guy who took it over made it into a haunted house. And it is the most amazing place. The artistic work that goes, the makeup that they do. The special effects makeup is mind-blowing. But we went in there. I think it was the first time. Yeah, that's when I passed out, right? The first time?
That was the second. That was the first time it was just you and I. The first time we went in there, we did the live feed.
Okay.
And we were on for like an hour and a half, and that's when I saw the little kabuki face.
Oh, okay. So it was like the third time we went down. I looked in the back seat. I said, there's a guy back there, and I can't remember what the name is. Sam Little.
Yeah, Sam Little.
I said, he tells me his name's Sam Little, and he looks ignorant. So we get there, and we're walking around, and, I'm seeing this, seeing that, whatever. And at one point, he tells me I was in one of the hallways, and my voice changed, the inflection changed, my face morphed a little bit. And I asked him something like, do you want to help me bury her in the woods?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, she was. Yeah. Yeah. It was like 30 seconds of her attitude changed, her body language changed, her voice changed. And she had a conversation as another human being, which was kind of freaky. But sometimes she was in a friend's house, our buddy the Krampus, and she went into the back of his yard, which is basically a large scale pet cemetery. And it's supposedly, obviously everything on the East Coast was Indian land at one time or another. So you never know where in any community you may be standing on a burial site or near a burial site. But she goes in the back in that area. It's all in trees. There's no grass growing anywhere. And I walked up to her, and I don't know what language she was speaking. Whatever it was, she was fluent in it. And I'm thinking it could have been maybe a Native American tongue or dialect from the area.
Yeah, I remember none of that.
And then
let me finish.
Okay.
Sam Little, as it turns out, was a serial killer. And his thing was to get ladies as they came off of a bus stop, and he would take them into what was then woods and kill them. So fast forward all these years, and I'm walking around, and I'm apparently talking like this guy, Sam Little. And we're looking around the place, and it's full of actual items from an insane asylum and from an old hospital. So the energy that's in there is crazy. I won't go there when they work because my philosophy is people can snap. I can deal with a ghost, even an ignorant one. I can deal with that. I can't deal with, people all of a sudden thinking that they're Jason. So it's the end of the night and we're up in the front, which was the concession
stand. Yeah. It
And-
would make a great bar. It really would.
There was a lady behind. Her name's Mandy Gibson. Fabulous theatrical makeup, special effects lady. And I'm talking to her, and all of a sudden, I was like, I felt somebody pushing on me, and I can't really remember something like, "I'm going to take her now. This one's for me."
Yeah, I'm going to keep this one. She kept saying because apparently whatever was, what's the term for it? What you were doing?
Channeling.
Whatever she was channeling that night, particularly liked her. And I stood there for about a minute and a half while this was all going on. And Mandy and I are just kind of looking back and forth at each other because she's dumbfounded. And I'm like, well, I've seen this before recently. And after about a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes, I reached into my shirt and I grabbed a hold of my good friend here, Michael. And I started saying a little prayer and she just blacked out and fell on the floor.
Now, the funny part of all that is there's a guy down there, Jeff.
I think so.
He does all the construction. Like, he's the who is that guy? MacGyver. He's the MacGyver of haunted houses. I'm laid out on the floor and he walked by and goes, "Oh, did we have a good night tonight? How we doing?" I don't know if I lay on that floor. So
yeah, that one was that was a little out of control.
So in essence, I'm crazy. I see people, I hear people, and sometimes I talk like them.
Well, she got invited to the haunted house.
That was because of Don.
Well, one night, you went with one night. One night we went down there. There was supposed to be another paranormal investigator who couldn't make it that one night. So that was the reason we were there that day. So she's just like, go ahead, walk through. We get into one area that's like a theater, still part of the old theater. And she's standing there talking to me. Next thing you know, she's almost falling backwards into the chairs. And she wasn't moving. I could see she got shoved. And then it was a few minutes later that we were in the hallway where she first channeled the serial killer.
Yeah, the podcaster, it's called Jake the Ghost Hunter. And he was there twice. The one episode, I get mentioned a little bit because they're talking, this guy is talking about, how I point out this, that, and the other, and it's stuff that they've seen. And then the next episode that we were in, we're in the first half, and Mandy did an Estes session in the second half and came through talking like his late grandfather. I mean, the whole night was crazy. Oh, and I told him that somebody in his family was having legal problems because, and I didn't want to say what was done, but the young man was hurt. And I said, he's going to win. And they just looked at each other like this. I'm like, I'm thinking, is it, who knows? I got a call a couple of weeks ago. I forgot to tell you. His brother won the case. So, yeah.
So, let's see. There was, you got invited down there. What was supposed to happen didn't happen, but you did Estes method that night.
Oh, that's when they had me with the sale.
Yeah, but you were going down here for another reason. Something kept through.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so first time I ever saw doing Estes, there were like 5 or 6 people from the staff. We're sitting in this room with the box.
Yeah, it's a radio cabinet, and nobody likes it. There's just, you ever get near something and it just gives you the creeps? That's what this thing does.
Look like a Democrat. Look, nothing but smiles. So one of the staff decided to do first, and it was really interesting because there was a lot of conversation going on. She was talking just, I don't know, I guess you could call it like kind of senseless babblings.
Didn't you say I sound like I was talking to somebody?
Well, that's what I was going to get to. So Tracey does it next, and she's got the mask on for a couple of minutes, and then she starts having a conversation. And because it's just her, it took me a few minutes to realize that she was having an argument with herself. There were two people in there, and they were going back and forth, like like grumpier old men.
Great. I'm Walter Matthau.
Now you're Jack Lemmon. I'm Walter Matthau.
I'm glad to know I ain't the only one that does that. Argue with myself. The only thing is, I don't never win.
You see dead people?
Well, I seen my Poppy right before he died. He was in the hospital.
Okay.
About, I think it was like a week or so before he died. We was at Granny's house. He was in the hospital. Best I remember, and I think he had some kind of cancer from working in the paper mill. And we was at Granny's eating supper, and everybody's getting ready to sit down. And I looked and I saw Poppy in Granny's hall. And I told him, I said, "Come here, Poppy, and I'll sit in your lap." And every fork in there hit the plate. And they said, "Baby, Poppy's in the hospital sick." And I said, "No, he ain't. He's standing right there."
Oh,
And
wow.
I seen him just like I see you guys right now.
Okay.
See Brian's
Send it to you.
message.
No.
Brian says he sees dead people.
Oh, okay.
I've seen a few.
I don't.
Anybody specific, Brian, or is it just random images you see? Because this one's got me seeing shadow people now. I've never had that before. I'm
Well-
being followed around by a cat that passed away. We had to have put down 20 years ago or more.
When everybody has the ability to sense things. Okay, that's what keeps you out of danger. That gut feeling. Those of us who basically go overboard with it, when we're around just regular folk, if they have, if they have a little bit of it, like every now and then, it amps it up. It's like two batteries connecting.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times my son's come out and goes, "Mom, your friends are in my room. Can you please?" And I'll go down at the end of his bed is like condensed, stretched down. So, what?
Oh, okay. Oh, you see their loved ones. Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Usually it's everything, but especially when I do readings. Oh, very cool. Okay.
Tarot, I assume tarot card or some other form of, I don't even know.
I don't know. I wrote a book on basics in witchcraft, and based off my great grandmother Croft. She didn't ever want to be termed a witch because that was city folk stuff, and didn't like that. So they were then termed cunning folk or healing folk. And I talk about her story in it, and just give like a couple of basics and whatnot. But it's just so amazing to me the response I've gotten from people going, I thought you all were the devil, and I thought, oh yeah, here's my book, you can get it.
It's available on Amazon, George.
I know. I've sent it out to like 7 people.
Oh yeah. Well,
Now,
thank you,
on
George.
Threads, there's always women asking for a witchcraft book. So what I do is I go pull her book up, I
Okay.
copy the link and send to them.
Thank you. Okay, now I know.
I got you back, Tracy. I got you back.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So anyway, I wrote it not to be another kind of, here's a bunch of spells, go do it. But there's so much more to the craft. I teach people how to make an apothecary. I teach them feather signs. I teach them, common uses with everyday products in their house to make life a little easier. What else can you do with salt and baking soda and, all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, it's sprinkled in with prayers and spells and whatnot, but nothing where, you got to sacrifice a cat or a little baby and, no upside down crosses or any of that nonsense. I wrote it also to break the stereotype a little bit, my little end of the world. And it's amazing how many people have told me I was afraid to talk to you because you're a witch. And yeah, I say, that's what I wanted to get across. We're just like everybody else. There are those who dress like a gothic moron. It's enough with the dog collars and the this and the black eyeliner, especially the guys.
Not that anybody cares.
Not that anybody cares. But if you ever see it on TV, it's going to be somebody like that representing, or it's going to be some wackadoodle woman from New York or California who's just in tune with the vibes. Yeah. This is
Mike?
Monster Mike. Hi, Mike.
And now you know what us rednecks get stereotyped.
Oh, yeah.
No, I've been around enough of them. They're just good people.
I ain't saying that some of ours ain't true. I'm just saying that we ain't all like that.
Yeah.
We're always the ones that are out on the news telling you what the tornado sound is like.
Right. Yeah.
And Tracy's short. She's a mini witch.
Yeah, I'm 5'1" on a good day. And my son keeps measuring. He's like, you got to make it under 5.
He's lifting the damn tape measure off the floor.
I'm sure he is. It's like, Mom, you're only 4'11" and a half. No, I'm not.
Let me put my heels on.
Right? So.
Even with the 6-inch heels, she only hits 5'2".
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
Basically. It's funny.
I love to give her a hard time about her being short, though.
That's okay.
It's fun.
Nature stops when it's reached perfection. So I'm good.
You say that, George, and then she'll headbutt you in the knee one good time, and it's all over.
She knows which side to hit from, too. She watched them Elliott Roadhouse.
Well, see, she snuck away before we got to the LBL. She didn't want to stay around and see me and Tim. So,
you have to take a plane back.
My fault. I got the dates all wrong. I gave them to my stepson. He got us the flights and everything. But I mean, I wish we could have been there longer. I probably could.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Oh,
but
there is one thing about it. At least short people have got their own song. Short people got nobody. Tall people, we ain't got that. The only thing we got is long-legged Jones.
I was actually going to say legs from ZZ Top. But
there you go.
Well,
yeah, my son giggles every time he sees me having to reach up for something. He goes, "Oh, that is so cute." I can still hurt you, okay? Which brings on more laughter.
I mean,
I'm not saying anything. I look like a fat wraith.
At least he don't do you like the little old man on Benny Hill. Come up, pat you on top of the head.
That was his brother.
I do that.
You think he has it? Absolutely, he has.
I do that, or like if I'm standing next to my mom, sometimes I'll just go.
Yeah, I've experienced that too.
I usually try to pretend to slap him when he does shit like that.
It's all right.
I ain't saying nothing. My great grandmother was 4
You're
foot
going to
nothing.
get a little bit of karma thrown at you, and he gets his because we go out when I look decent, and
yep,
they either call him my husband or my brother, and I don't get it. I really don't get it. We went to the DMV once, and I had to do something with my license or insurance or something. And we're standing there, and the lady said, "Whatever your husband's doing, keep it up because you look great." She had looked at my age. And I said, "My husband?" She goes, "She pointed to my son." I said, That's my son. And he's just sitting there like convulsing.
Hey, my little grandmother was 4 foot nothing, but she put them 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" boys on the run. She was tough.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's probably like that Tennessee Williams song. If the Robin don't get you, the left one will.
Yeah,
right.
So, is there any kind of questions that you guys have about what I do?
Yes. I've got some advice that you could possibly give somebody that may or may not be in the chat. I don't know. What would you say to someone who has had a lifetime of having experiences, and it's pretty obvious that they have some clairvoyance? They're able to connect psychically with people and things. They've had a lot of experiences with the paranormal, even though they didn't go seeking for it. These paranormal experiences came to them. Being able to see this thing, being able to see things that most everybody else in society can't see,
right,
or know. But they haven't really come out and told the world about it.
They don't have to.
Right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I finally just got tired of not being who I was and wearing what, like, when I wear my pentacle or my pentagram, people look at it and they think evil. They don't know that it means earth, air, fire, water, self, and that it was the original symbol for the 5 rings of Christ. They see The Exorcist.
Yeah.
But nobody has to come out. You can, like, I'm solitary. I don't belong to a coven because I don't play well with others like that. He knows. And, I don't think everybody has to. I mean, if you want to, fine. If you don't want to, that's your business. That's nobody else's.
Yeah, we can't go to a family function of hers where there aren't at least 3 or 4 people wanting to know if any of the dead relatives are hanging out.
Yeah.
So she just said, yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. A couple of years ago when I flew out of the broom closet, my one cousin Paul, we all have a cousin Paul who knows everything, has done everything, and he's an expert on absolutely everything and nothing at the same time. He decided to do some research on me, and he let the family know that I wasn't into devil worshiping. It wasn't bad. I'm okay. And ever since then, they've been cool.
And when we first started dating, there really wasn't a whole lot of indication of what things that she was seeing and the whole clairvoyant, so to speak, or being sensitive, as it were. And that, that I guess that was kind of like, even though I had previously been married to a witch who used to work with my ex-wife and my current wife, worked together. That's how we met.
Long separation in between,
Yeah.
and a girlfriend in between, so I had nothing to do with it.
Right. So I guess it was just one of those things she felt like she needed to let me know slowly, little by little. And, we would go places and she would see something or say something, or, there's a soldier over there on that rock. We go to Gettysburg. She sees all kinds of things.
Yeah, that's crazy place.
She, it was another one of those cases where she was speaking in tongues, and there's a set of 3 monuments on the trail. If you start from the beginning and go all the way through it, it's a little bit past Big Round Top. And she asked me to pull over, and she walked up to the monuments, and she was there a little longer than I thought she should have been. So I got out of the car, and I don't know whether you were praying or talking to somebody.
I remember getting out of the car, and that's it.
So
I used to do tours up there for the Jenny Wade House and the orphanage. And Jenny Wade, that was an easy tour. The orphanage, on the other hand, I don't know how familiar you guys are with it. But with all the death and obviously,
abuse,
fatherless kids that were now out there, they had to create an orphanage, And the first caretaker was fabulous. She ended up marrying the man who started and moved away. And then they hired the
Trunchbull.
Yeah. Named Rosa Carmichael. And she was evil incarnate.
Yeah.
Beat them, everything. I mean, it was just starve them. They were there's still shackles down there. She shackled them to the wall, and a little alcove, no bigger than what,
a shoebox.
Basically.
Put it to you this way: it's this tall.
Yeah, because he hit his head.
Yeah, because I'm. They wouldn't let me film. They would allow still photography when we went on a tour together. So I'm looking at the IR screen on my camera. And it's like when I have my glasses on, everything above the rim of my glasses, I'm blind to. That's why I got all these scars on my head. And I walk dead nuts into like a 10 by 10 beam.
So the last night I was there, I would always get 2 guys who looked like they were bored off their ass and didn't want to be there, but their women made them go. So I've got like 2, at least 200-pounders on either side. And I had them homie here and I had a homie here. And I said, do to me, I'm talking to Rosa, do to me what you did to the kids. Let us know what that was like. And everybody could taste a moldy sponge in their mouth. I said, okay, stop. No. People are going to start throwing up, and I can't handle being around people that throw up. I said, show me something else. And with that, my back legs lifted up, and all 3 of us went backwards, slowly. But we went backwards. And the girl who... I was there with the tour that night. She said, I had a long summer dress on. She said, you could see hands clasped around the bottom like it was trying to pull you out of the way. And I tell you all this because we took our niece up last February, I think, or something.
Yeah, it's really the only trip I've been there the only time.
Yeah. And I've told her these stories and some other stuff and things that happened anyway. And she really wanted to see the orphanage. There wasn't so much as a mouse for it.
Yeah.
There was nothing.
There was nothing going on at night.
I mean, you could hear everybody. I was like, I'm so sorry, but that's the thing. It's not like TV. It's not going to happen all the time. It'll happen when it damn well pleases.
I can tell Brian's got something on his mind.
Oh, Brian, you're muted. Are you muted, Brian?
Yeah, I'm unmuted now. Thanks.
Okay, there you go.
All right. So my Class A sightings, I just got done spending 2-3 days with Donna Copus, 2 Class A sightings, 2 Class B sightings. Of course, I want to believe the orbs in my bedroom were my little fairy friends, my little girls in that area down there coming to check me out, wanting to get some maybe. I was just too tired.
I know this scene. It's Ghostbusters. Dan Aykroyd. Nobody else was there.
Oh, no, visual.
So, I thought immediately off the cuff, okay, they're fairies in orb form, or they could even be young Sasquatch in orb form. I had just seen the Sasquatch, the gray one, I think that follows Donna around, kind of attached to her. What else could those orbs be? There was 3, I would say anywhere between 3 and 6 of them. And their voices were like childlike or girl-like, womanly-like, very playful, to the point, of course they woke me up and then let me see them, and I'm like, hey, I am too tired, and pass right back out. But I double checked to make sure I was awake. Okay, I'm awake. I am seeing these orbs, and I'm sorry, basically, ladies, I'm a little bit too tired tonight to play, and that was it. So, what are your thoughts? What else could those orbs possibly be? You have informed us about elementals before.
Yeah,
but go ahead. I'll let you talk.
They could be like sprites or something like that. But if you were hearing voices, more than if it wasn't a fairy, then because you've had contact with them, so now you're known. And it could have been just regular spirit children or spirit ladies or something like that. That's how they can travel through. And it depends on how much energy is around, whether you see these things or not. Some people say it's a first manifestation for the dead to show themselves, and that's what they create, is that little ball. On the flip side of it, a friend of mine in England, Stephen Griffiths, who does all kinds of crazy paranormal stuff, he thinks it's the ending of the spirit. Like it's not going to die, but it's fading out over time. And what's left is the orb. So I personally think that it's just them bopping around.
I didn't. Yeah, the vibe I got, it wasn't anything like somebody had died or it was a person. No, these were different type entities. So okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I wish Rachel was here so she could talk to her about what's going on up on her mom's property.
Oh, do you know?
And I'll tell you what I remember. We got a lot of EVPs. One of them was a female that told her she wanted her soul. I put my audio recorder, like I record Bigfoot stuff with, I stuck it behind some wires on the main old fuse box outside, and I'm filming it, and something takes over my phone, and it's creepy sounding. But when I go back, my audio recorder is about 10 feet up under the house, and there's no way it could have done it on its own. Our trail cameras, you know how you have to lock the card in. You mash it in and it locks, and you can mash it again and it'll pop out, not all the way out, but to where it won't take a picture. We could put it in, it would show us walking away, and that's all. When we went back, it would be popped out.
Oh, wow.
And me, when all of us was up there, me, George, and Jerry, and a couple others, me, Rob, and Jerry or George walked up to my camera and I filmed it. The card is out of it. I put it in. We're gone maybe 5 minutes and come back and the card's out of it again. But there's something up there that something weird's going on.
With you saying, I want your soul, that sounds like a hag witch or an old hag. They come with a lot of different names, or wood witch, which is not good. That's not a good thing. Tracy, my oldest son, he reverses all long after praying. Any thoughts? Sleepless tonight. It's not a bad thing to hear voices. Some people do, some people don't. The internal voice. Sometimes you will hear things, and it's not demonic. So don't worry about that. It's just if he was really into praying hard, he might have attracted something, or maybe a relative came by, said something, but it's not a bad thing.
Tell Miss Tracy about what you saw, George, and this is up on Rachel's property.
Well, tell her what happened before me and you walked over.
Before George was behind, and me and Rob was walked on up, and Rob walked up and asked Rachel's mama if anybody had been killed there. He was feeling, I think I'm telling it right, ain't it, Rob, that you felt like somebody had died there.
Yeah, it felt just exactly like somebody had died, and I couldn't, put my finger on how they died. It was just somebody had been either murdered or killed or something another along them lines. And I hadn't no more than said that. Jerry reaches and grabs his side, and I said, I was just teasing him. Because at that time of year, there wasn't no bees or anything out. I was turning around and said, what's the matter? I said, did you get bee bit? He said, no. He said, it felt just exactly like somebody stabbed me in the ribs.
Oh, wow.
I was like, uh-oh. And then we went on, and George was at a distance where there was no way in the world George could have heard what we were talking about. And
Right.
he couldn't play off of what we said. And I had no idea until George said, I've got to go. And when he left, I looked at Tim. I said, what's this all about? And then I got filled in later what was taking place.
Right. Very cool.
Well,
Weren't you at a cemetery somewhere and you got sick?
yeah,
I was
up in the LVL.
I got sick
Okay.
at up at the I think it's Mount Pleasant Cemetery, I believe. That's the first time I've ever had that happen. And I've been paranormal investigating since 2007.
Yeah, it's not a fun feeling.
Well,
No,
that place over
it
at
basically
Rachel's,
tripped me out.
Yeah.
over at Rachel's, I walked up and I started feeling anxious, excited, and just tense as everything. Walked up there and I almost dropped to my knees because I could actually see two fighting. And it looked like they weren't regular humans. They looked like they were something else.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was a black figure and had a black obsidian blade. And he stabbed the other one in the ribs.
Oh.
And the guy dropped. And he grabbed the knife, pulled it out of his ribs, and grabbed some ground and threw it at the one that was floating above him, the black one, and said some words. And by then, I was almost so sick I couldn't stand being there. I was just freaked out because that hadn't happened in years.
Yeah, when something like that happens to somebody, and it's perfectly normal. I would be amazed at somebody who doesn't have ongoing abilities to not freak out, because you can only go by what you've been told by Hollywood and society. So you don't know what's going on. So yeah, it does freak you out. She's trying to scare the people in the property. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it looked like the black creature was a raven mocker.
Okay.
And come to find out, there's been a bunch of crows and stuff staying around that property. And I started doing some research and found out that the crows could be acting as protectors.
Okay.
And the thing that threw the creature that threw the grass and dirt and said the words may have actually had locked that raven walker to that area. That's why the grass wouldn't grow in that spot.
Really? Why would that be?
I don't know. I guess because it was pure evil or something.
You guys know everything.
And
what George was saying was back in the 1800s.
yeah, everything around me just switched like it was at that period of time. I could see the buildings. I could hear the people talking. It bothered me for about 3 or 4 days.
I'm sure it did.
My side hurt. The guy got stabbed.
Wow.
Oh, only thing I've ever had, and Tracy, you might be able to give me some insight into this. Back during my first marriage, my ex-wife and I, every now and then we'd start. The first time I remember anything happening was me and her, we fussed about something, and she went into one room and I went into the other. So I went into our room, she went into another room. So we've got the kitchen and dining room in between us, and there's a jug of milk that was pushed all the way back. It was an empty jug, but it was pushed all the way back on the counter. And we didn't have like a knockdown drag out argument, but it was just something that like we both got worked up over something. And as I'm in there, I just hear like a boom, and I go in and I look in the kitchen, and that jug of milk is laying in the floor. It got swiped off the counter. After that, I was in the living room. A little while after that, I was in the living room and I was praying, and I started really feeling the spirit, and I ended up on my face while I was praying. And while I'm praying, I hear her come in, and she said that she was checking on me. And when I got done praying, I went to her. She goes, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "When you were praying, there was something black hovering right above you. And when I opened the door, I saw the shadow of it shoot across the room." And then another time, there was somebody that was staying there, sleeping in that living room. And on the couch, they said they looked over and they saw the couch go and push in like somebody sat down right next to them.
Yeah. Black shadows aren't always bad. My theory is they can't generate enough energy. There's two things that could have happened with the milk. One, it could have been from you guys. You got into a quick altercation. But nerves got tense real quick in a short period of time. There could have been an energy burst, and that's what drove it in. If you have somebody there, I don't personally think you have anybody in your house. Spirit can pass through any place, anytime that they want. Maybe it was a passerby or something like that. I don't think you have anything to worry about there, though.
The only thing I can think of is her stepdad's mom died in that house, like in a violent way.
Okay.
She was having she had cancer or something, and I think I can't remember. It was some kind of medical plug or something they put in her had come out, and she bled out. And I've wondered if since then, if it wasn't her that was like slapping the milk and stuff, almost saying like, "Knock it off."
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And like I said, just because you see a black shadow doesn't mean that it's a bad shadow person. The only way to really tell is when you're around them, how do you feel? Besides being, startled. Do you feel sick inside? Then it's a bad person. If you just feel kind of nervous, like what the hell is that? Then it's nothing to worry about.
And the other day when me and Miss Rachel was at the John Oliver cabin over in Cage Cove, I honestly thought I the glimpse of a shadow moving across. We were standing there talking and getting some EVPs, and something just caught my peripheral vision because Rachel was standing here and it went like this over this way. And I meant to ask her if she seen anything or not, and I forgot to ask her because when there's about a 200-pound bear up the tree and we got to playing with it, so I forgot about the other one.
That's funny. Yeah, he sees shadow people here from time to time when the energy is building up in a funky way, just out of life, he'll start seeing stuff.
This is the one over here that has the funky energy. We were about 2 months into our last endeavor. About a year and a half ago, I guess this was. And she was becoming an itsy bitch.
Oh, when I started the podcasting, I was a bitch.
So after, and she's 2 days a week, and she's talking to all these people with all these interesting encounters and odd encounters. And I looked at her one day, I said, when was the last time you burned any Palo Santo wood? And she just kind of looked at me and went back in the bedroom, grabbed a stick of it, lit it up.
Yeah, I was like, well, that makes sense.
And then, so I'm the one that has to keep track of what she's doing and let her know when it's time.
So I light stuff up now during my shows.
Yeah.
But that made total sense to me because even though it's just on a computer, like that energy is still going back and forth. So, pro tip: if you're going to investigate, you better learn how to ground yourself. Yeah.
She does that all the time. She walks out in the backyard, walks around in her bare feet. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, that's the way of grass out there. If I stepped on that stuff, I'd go right up on the roof.
Well, there's a lot of other ways to ground too. I don't believe he means the outside kind. Yeah, you can visualize it. And like he's saying, a white light from God. Mm-hmm. That's perfectly fine. And it would enter your head and surround your body like armor. If you go outside and you take your shoes off and you let your bare feet hit the ground, you feel better instantly because the earth tends to draw the negative out and give back the positive. I had somebody once tell me, why do you think kids are always happy running around outside barefoot? So I love doing that. It feels good.
I guess I'm about to go out in the land yard naked.
No, I haven't done that yet.
There's people in this neighborhood that have sensitive stomachs. Plus, I think it's like one of the little pieces of paper the president signs when he's elected. Executive order.
Yeah.
It's right before the one that prevents me from singing karaoke anywhere.
Okay. Our next door neighbor she just moved in, and I guess she didn't know what to make of us. And once a month I walk around my property and I bless it. And I'm throwing out my eggshells, my black salt, and all that stuff, and I'm talking, but slow. I'm not like out there dancing and hooping and hollering. And every month she'd be out there looking. I thought, okay, let's see what you do next month. So I took the smallest remote that we had, and I taped it to my ankle, and I walked around, and she went. Yeah, and that was it.
We don't see her too much.
I thought, you want to be dangerous.
She's got a carport on the side of her house that runs from the back of the house almost all the way up to the front of the driveway, and she now backs her car all the way up by the stairs to go into the house.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Anymore, it's like get out the door, step on the steps, go upstairs in the house.
Well, 2 years ago, our front yard grew pumpkins.
Yeah,
I'm sure a bird dropped something. I don't think
you threw the gourds out there.
Yeah, well, I threw gourds. I didn't throw the pumpkins. These were like pumpkins.
Yeah,
not the funky
small
things. Yeah. So we had like a dozen or so. So on one particular harvest, she was coming home and I went, here, we grew pumpkin. And she just looked at me like, oh dear God.
It's like, oh my God, they're growing their own vegetables in their yard.
I had to move next to her.
Yeah. Now she moved next to us. We were here for a couple of years before she moved in. Because we had the two old guys that were living next door until I think both of them.
How is your corn doing?
It's about 3.5 feet high. The stalks are about that big in diameter, but I don't know if we've got enough out there to cross pollinate or not. I keep, rubbing my hands on the stalks and then rubbing the next plant down and just trying to transfer.
The corn.
I am molesting the corn. I am a child of the corn.
It's starting to grow into the front yard.
Yeah, it's starting to grow in the
front
yard.
Everywhere.
Nothing in this house can sustain the garden. I got raspberries in the backyard. They've grown out in the middle of the yard.
Bob's taking cream corn to a whole new meaning.
Yeah.
I can tell you this other funny one. I was in the grocery store having a couple of years ago, and it was summer, so
I'm just saying, like waving goodbye to Larry.
Bye, Larry. Bye, Larry.
We should have told him about the restaurant in Kentucky.
Okay. I had, just a summer shirt on, pair of shorts, not Gucci or anything like that, not all looking crazy. And I'm just out, doing my thing. And I did have my pentacle on. And this crustacean of a woman comes up. She had to be 120 if she was a day. And she comes up to me and she says, "It's people like you that make this country better." And she was going on and on and on. How I'm going to hell, this, that, and the other. And I finally said, "Yeah, I am going to hell this afternoon. What would you like me to tell your brother?" And she just, I don't want to disrespect my elders, but that one was, she was just too much. I feel, how can I get her away from me and not say something so ignorant?
Well, these are the things that happen when we live 2 blocks away from a very large Catholic church.
Yeah.
My particular Catholic church.
So how do you terrorize the people during Halloween?
We don't
Normal.
much around Halloween. I was going to say the most terror we've had at Halloween was down at LBL.
Yeah, personally, I don't look at, I call it Samhain. And for me, it's a time to reflect on the ancestors and to offer them gifts and things. So I look at it as something different than Halloween. I have no problem with Halloween. I have no problem with any holiday, whatever. But we don't.
Don't say the S word.
I can just see Tracey though, just for the fun of it, terrorizing the neighborhood because they'd give her crap the whole time.
Oh, absolutely. You should have seen some of the neighbors when we went to Renfest a few years ago, and I was dressed up like the Wicked Witch of the West, green paint and all.
Yep.
And when we came home, we were with my friend who does the Baltimore Krampus, and I think he had a kilt on. We went into Walmart.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're on a list somewhere. The people at Walmart and all the funky stuff that you see. We couldn't take 2 steps without people taking pictures with us.
Mm-hmm.
I scared a child at Renfest. So I felt accomplished.
I'm proud of you.
Really the best way to mess with somebody on Halloween, though, is go just pull that complete 180 where everybody knows you and then come out like the perfect little American housewife and everybody
Oh, no, they're going to know that's wrong.
Little apron on, pretty pearls.
Oh, I've got one of your grandmother's all little pill hats.
Yeah, there you go, little pill hat.
Come out like June Cleaver.
No, I thought you were putting on one of them pill hats, and I don't know if we stole your mom's fur coat or not.
I don't think the fur was staying in that coat.
Well, yeah. I thought it'd be kind of funny to attach some birds to it,
Put a little drops of mayonnaise on it so you can look like the lady from
No. Ew.
The poor woman.
No, I meant from the movie The Birds.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Nasty.
I don't know. I like Bob's idea. If we're going to go realism, go with it. I like Bob's idea. Put the mayonnaise on there and go for realism.
We had a teacher in our school. The school I went to was a K through 12, and we had a 2nd grade teacher. And every year at Halloween time, she'd start about 2 to 3 weeks before, and she'd start getting a little green, and she'd put makeup on, and then every day you'd get just a little bit more and a little bit more. And then when Halloween got there, she was really looked like from the Wizard of Oz, and all the kids just absolutely loved it, and her students did too. But it was neat that she would do all that, just to cut up with the kids, and she is a great teacher. She really was. But it was fun watching how she would do that. I mean, every day you can know just a little subtle difference, and then
See, I can see Tracey and Bob. I can see Tracey have this fake fire around with the pole where they stake them to burn them at the stake. They're dancing around in a witch's costume, and then here comes Bob as a zombie.
Yeah,
I like
I
that.
just follow you
Oh,
around.
I'll go get the new onesie I got.
No, I can't do any of that stuff because you tried to get me to steal the incense burner from a Catholic church.
I was not serious about that. I have a really bougie cousin, the
Yeah.
sister of Paul, and the family's big. There's
There's a
my
whole
cousin's-
bunch of them.
there's
You
like
can't swing a dead cat without
three
hitting one of
daughters,
her
and there
family.
were 2 sons. And we're down at my my cousin's wedding, again, like Delaware.
We were in Delaware, yeah.
And it cost a little bit of money to go down, and 2 of my female cousins couldn't come down, and Diana was just being Diana, and and it wasn't really cool.
She was being bitchy.
So I leaned over to him, but I made sure she could hear me when he was doing the thing with the incense. I said, "See if you can get that. That would be so cool for me to take on my house investigations." And she was just sitting there. I could see everything was like puckered up. I would never steal from a church. Let me go on record. No. But that was funny.
Yeah. He's always trying to get me in trouble.
Oh, what? Everybody went quiet. We can't have that. Rob, you got something you want to say?
No, not really. I mean, I'm just having a good old time talking, backstories and embellishing on the things that she's done and the crazy stuff she's gotten me into. And
I love it. I love hearing the stories.
yeah,
Give us another one, please. We please have a little bit of time. Go ahead and give us another one.
Okay.
I got one, Miss Tracy.
Yes, sir.
When we was on the other channel,
mm-hmm.
and you and
Hey,
the
who
other
would not
person
be
got
named?
scratched when you was doing that show when you both got scratched.
Yeah. There was a woman on, and she said that a blue gin lady was after her. And during the course of the show, I just noticed things like there was blood dripping. And then in the morning when I woke up, bruise of a handprint. During the night, I thought a dream that I could see the blue woman just as perfectly as I see you. Push me back and say, "Get away from her, she's mine." So I went on the internet and I found the exact picture, and I screenshot it and I sent it to the woman who was the main guest. And she said, "Oh, dear God in heaven, I never showed you that. That's what I've been seeing." So I do have one that it sounds really far-fetched, but have all my stories. When I was 15, 16, we lived in a place called Glendon, Maryland, old historic place, 23-room house, 2 acres, carriage house converted into like a pool hall in the backyard. And part of my chores was to drag the vacuum cleaner down and vacuum it out once a week, whether it needed it or not. So one bright sunny afternoon, I'm vacuuming down the vacuum. We always kept it locked, so I unlocked it. I opened the door. Now this all happens in a matter of seconds, but it's going to take us a couple of seconds to explain it. When I opened the door, it was stereotypical Hollywood, floor to ceiling cobwebs, thick ones, like the kind you can barely see through. And up on the light in the center of the room it looked like a spider or an octopus or something. It was upside down, and the head turned like this, and there were these 2 red eyes. And that, like I said, that was a second. I opened it. I saw what I saw. I closed it. I thought, and I was a good girl. Might not be a good girl anymore, but I was a good girl. I didn't do nothing bad back then. So I was of clear mind. I opened the door back up. And it was just as fine. I've heard other people have seen that entity that they called it. Some people think it's an elemental. Some people don't. Some people have told me that it could have been a Kraken space. I don't know what it was. All I know is it was icky. Because I have this aversion for spiders, even though I'm a witch. They're all tarantulas, all of them, even the tiniest ones. I won't bother them out there. They'll come in my house.
Yeah, they come in the house and she calls me.
Yeah.
She asked me to bring the shotgun, the flamethrower, maybe a small atomic device, dirty bomb or something. Toss it in the bathroom, kill everything, and then we get to go back to living.
Hey, I vacuumed one up last week. You did crap. I chased that son of a bitch all over the floor.
Oh, somebody looks like she needs to go to bed.
No, her brother is wanting to be left alone, and she does not believe in being left alone. So, I think her feelings got hurt just a little bit.
Yeah, yep. I had a younger sister like that. what my mother used to call the instigator when my dad was raising his hand to me because of something that I reacted to that my sister did.
I get that.
It's always
Well,
the second
look,
guy that gets caught.
When I was a kid, in front of my mother, this might explain some of my mental problems. In front of my mother, when I was like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10, my brother used to think it was hysterical to grab me by the ankles and pull and watch how fast I fall down. Would my mother ever yell at him? No. She'd yell at me not to hit my brother. And later, like, decades later, I said, what was your thought process? She said, well, I was afraid he'd hit you even harder. What?
Welcome to the redheaded stepchild.
Well, yours is natural.
I was just thinking. I wonder if Tracy, that might be why you grew to be so short. That when you didn't have as far to fall, it's just a natural thing starting off early.
There's actually a reason why I'm short. I used to be 5'4", and a little bit taller. But I was having a reaction to medicine for several years that we didn't realize, and I would have seizures, petite malsy, not the bad ones,
Trace.
Oh, hey, how you doing? So I've lost a couple of inches. I think it's more that than the other. But it could have started then.
It could have.
It's all connected somewhere.
Yeah, when I got my first driver's license, the guy didn't believe I was 5'4", so the sheriff came around. He put the ruler on top of my head. Well, I'll be damned. She is.
Did you have to have a booster seat to drive?
No,
but I have to have it right up to the steering wheel. So, heaven forbid I get into an accident, I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. I've told her that a couple of times. I've tried to explain to her.
I got to reach the pedals.
I tried to explain to her how our airbag works and that where she was stationed, the airbag would not be doing its job.
I can't reach the pedals.
I know.
Unless you want me to do
I think you've had a question about has there been any recent sightings in your area?
What kind of sightings?
I don't know. They didn't say anything specific. So I guess ghosts, Bigfoot, whatever.
Bigfoot, we don't get a lot of Bigfoot reports. Last time I remember there being one here, I was in Scouts, and we were having our annual camporee in October. Right along the Gunpowder River, the mouth of the Gunpowder River, and there were reports that there was a Bigfoot running around that particular area of Baltimore County. So nobody ever really got any evidence. Nobody ever really did any kind of investigation. This is probably not too long after the videos showed up, the ones out of Washington State. You know the guy's name better than I do.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah, I know they do.
Gimli
Something like that. The original Bigfoot films. Mm-hmm. The ones that they've looked over for years and years and years. And conclusion that this is not an ape. I told you that. He was too damn tall. Apes don't get that tall. Not for a long period of time.
Hey, Tracy, look, there's somebody shorter than you.
That's my girl.
Yeah.
Trisha Collins, by the way, is on the front cover. She is the main attraction in this month's edition of Ghost Buds magazine. It's an online. Go check it out.
Oh, it's online. I was looking for a copy.
She's a good kid.
Yeah.
I've got 2 cousins that's dwarfs, and they ain't but like 36, 37 inches tall.
Well, I'm not there yet.
No.
I get so excited when I have to duck anywhere. It's like y'all don't understand. Everything around here needs a step ladder.
Yeah, it's true.
Those 2 are short, and so are their fuses.
Yep.
You pretty much can be.
Lacey ain't too bad, but you don't want to tick Hannah off.
Yeah. Oh no, Lacey, after having 2 kids, she's got to where that fuse is just.
That's just called being a mother.
Well, yeah. Well, guys, I got to tell you, it's been fantastic having you on, but we're going to have to wrap it up. Rob's got another show.
Oh, does he?
Oh,
Rob's a busy man.
He's done that Grandpa's Haint Tales, and I don't know if he's going to be a Haint tonight or not.
Now I'm going to let my co-host Cindy South run it tonight. Everything's so fuzzy, I can't read what the audience is saying, and I probably can't see you guys.
Yeah, at least if I'm blurry, I look better that way.
Rob likes that word "hain't" because it describes him. He hain't ugly, but he ain't pretty either.
Oh my God. That's perfect. I like
And
that.
before we get done, we've got to talk about our special project.
We will definitely do that. But first, let's give Tracey a chance to promote her book and tell everybody where they can find her.
You can get Witchcraft by Blood and Tradition, a beginner's guide on Amazon via Kindle, paperback, or hardback. It's only gotten 5-star reviews, so I'm real proud of that. You can contact me to be on the show if you want. We are opening up Tuesdays because my Wednesdays for the rest of the year are booked, which is really cool. You can contact me on my Facebook page, which is Tracey Lynn Jones, Tracey Lynn Jones. Or you can send me a message on my Gmail, which is paranormalwhitewitch@gmail.com.
And you got to buy her books because she's broke, because she sent me all kind of white fudge Oreos.
He was on there whining about it one day, and it was so pitiful. So pitiful.
He's pitiful.
It was the sweetest, most pitiful thing.
Ma'am, that's called enabling.
Something's
That's
coming.
called enabling.
Yeah, I did.
Well,
And they were so good.
Well, after the third box, I told him I was done. It ain't going to be your Oreo mama anymore.
Rob, I'll let you wrap us up in.
All righty. George, I'll let you read all of this right here because, like I said, I'll just throw it up. You run with it because I know
that, brother.
I know exactly which position it is over here on the sidebar. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
We have decided to do a haunted Christmas project. We're collecting donations, and we're going to do other things besides just this. We're collecting donations to help out some needy families so that they'll be able to eat at Thanksgiving and Christmas. And if we got the money come in, we're going to actually try to get the gifts as well. No promises there because we don't know what's come in. But we feel it's our duty to reach out to our neighbors and our friends that are having a hard time and help them out. That's basically what it all amounts up to. So if you see the donations right there, people will check it out. If you feel like you've got a nickel to spare, we'd love to use it to help somebody out that needs some help.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
we try to be pretty decent people. It's a stretch for us sometimes. We try. All right, Rob.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen. Tim Bob, tell us where people can find you if they're looking.
And just one thing about what George was just saying, we're going to film it all too.
Yeah.
Everything all the money that comes in, what we spend it on. And you're going to get to see George delivering groceries in a Bigfoot costume. So send it in.
Awesome.
George is going to stop shaving?
But you can get.
Do what?
I said, you're going to stop shaving, George?
No, I don't have to throw about it. I'm good. I'm hairy anyway.
But you can get a hold of him at Tim Dills 13 on everything except Facebook. And Facebook is just Tim Dills. But TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, X, Threads, all of that is Tim Dills 13.
And where can people find the Braun Strowman lookalike?
Well, starting off, you can get my books at Barnes & Noble. I've got a children's book called Counting Cryptids. It's ABC's 1, 2, 3s with cryptids. And I've got another book called Nightmare Stalking, and I'm currently getting proofread my third book. Then once it gets out, I'll let everybody know. You can find me on YouTube and Instagram at Dills Outdoors, Facebook under Matt Dills, and as of a couple of days ago, I am now on the pro staff of Servicide, who they are going to help me with my videos. They're going to help get my name out there. If anybody goes to my YouTube channel where we hunt and fish, they might even be able to help me get set up with some hunts. So hopefully I can get some more content on my channel for everybody else that enjoys hunting, fishing, and the outdoors.
Awesome. And our survivor man who hangs out at the Dollar Tree with the poor old wore out mule down there in Kaiser.
Well, it's the Dollar General because we are not high class enough to have a Dollar Tree.
We've got a DG boutique now.
Oh, nice. That's but
I think we got like $31 Generals in the General Dundalk area, or dollars of any kind. They're like everywhere there's a shopping center, there's one.
Well, see, if you drop one of them plastic bags that says Dollar General, it grows a new store.
Yeah. It's a seed pod.
I just thought of something. The end of the county that I'm on is on the end of the county, only part of the county that ain't got a Dollar General.
Well, good.
We literally saw one
It's coming.
about every 3 miles when we were in Kentucky and Tennessee at the LVL.
It's a redheaded stepchild thing. I can't have Dollar General.
Oh,
Go ahead,
you
Jerry.
need some cookies.
Maybe we should let Survivor Man finish.
Sorry.
I don't. You know what, man? I just go with the flow, brother. Find me on Facebook, Jerry Millwood. Find me on, also, in addition to the NCI channel, Rebels Dark Tales of Appalachia. Notice, folks, I said Appalachia. It's my campaign to make sure everybody pronounces that word right. Appalachia is not Appalachia. And
you're gonna have a hard time with us Yankees up here.
R. Millwood, and yes, Appalachia.
It's if you follow the rules of grammar.
Okay.
It's definitely.
And the illustrious, notorious George, therefore,
I'm like a bad penny. You can put my name in there and I'll pop up everywhere. So I'm everywhere. Just put it in there. And I'm also on Amazon with my books. I am working on my 11th book. It'll be out next year. It'll be in the series. And I'll be releasing 2 more books in November. So
My hat's off to you. I found it to be a giant pain in my ass.
well,
I have a hard time
the one
reading.
I'm
I
doing now is
love doing it, but oh my God.
well, I'm doing the African edition. There's 53 countries in Africa continent.
Okay.
There's a lot of stories I can't pronounce.
Too many vowels or too many syllables. I mean,
Yes.
consonants.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's also clicks and pops and whistles.
Yes. But it should be a good book. It's got some good stories in it. But I said it'll be next year if I get that one done. I've got 2 specialty books I'm releasing in November. I'll let you know more about them when they release because I'm self-publishing from now on.
Ah.
So, Rob, how about you, brother? Where can I find you?
well, you can find me at the local Walmart, or you can find me down at the Waffle House, or you can find me over at the barn, maybe even the Nervous Hospital. But each and every Tuesday and Thursday night, you can find me right here at 7 o'clock on the NCI show, 9 o'clock on Grandpa's Hate Tales. And if anybody is out there that has a subscription, or if you don't, go get one from Strange Knocks Magazine, you will find my book, Angelique Cryptid Hunter, in 2 of those issues.
Cool.
Also, Grandpa's Hate Tales, which I do at 9 o'clock, is fixing to turn into a book, and I'm going to pop that rascal on Amazon, but here's going to be one click. The stories you hear at 9 o'clock here on YouTube, nothing like what you're going to read in the book, because the book's going to be completely, teetotally cyber Karen free. It's going to be out the door. The story is going to be more what we're allowed to, what we normally would tell. Everybody knows when you're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, you got to sort of watch what you say. The book ain't going to be like that. It's not going to be X-rated. It's not going to be hard R, but it's going to be what your grandpa would normally tell you if you were sitting on his lap and you 5-year-old.
I don't know. One of the guys I thought was my granddad. He did use the hard R when I was 5 years old.
Oh yeah, I grew up with that. But my first generation Sicilian immigrant grandfather, that was one of his favorite words.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we got the best audience in the world. You come back and see us each and every Tuesday and Thursday night. You never know who we're going to have, what we're going to be cussing and discussing about. But we love everlasting one of you. God bless you. And again, I'm going to throw this ad up here one more time. If you do have a dollar or two you want to donate, the Cash App is right there, $ NCI Podcast. All donations and all proceeds will be used for this program, and we will find somebody out there that actually deserves it, that is actually having a hard time, and we will see that they get that, and they will not be haunted by hunger this Christmas.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
There it is. $ NCI Podcast. Also, if you would like to, let me switch over to this one. It's the same Cash App thing. If you'd like to donate to North Carolina Investigates to help us out with equipment and road trips and this, that, and the other, all donations greatly appreciated. Whatever you can spare, that's between you and the good Lord above. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to let our Cryptid 50s band, which you can catch on Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, and 22 other platforms that I do not even remember off the top of my head which ones they are, but they are out there, the NCI Cryptid 50s band. So we're going to let the Cryptid 50s band take us out of here and pay it close attention. This is George Lunsford on the lead vocals.
Yeah. Good night, all.
Bicycle.
Been a pleasure.
In the forest deep, where the shadows play, there's a legend roaming just a whisper away. From the NCI crew, we've got our dreams, searching for a giant, or so it seems. With a heart full of hope and a plan in our heads, chasing the stories where the wild things tread, wandering through the night under a silver hue. Good night, Bigfoot, we're still looking for you. Good night, Bigfoot, from the NCI crew. Good night, Bigfoot, we'll keep searching for you. We'll share your tales till the stars lose their light. Good night, Bigfoot, good night. Through the mountain trail, the whispers come near of the creature so elusive, a friend or just fear. From campfires aglow, we sing your praise. In our hearts we believe you're with us always. With the sound of the night, our spirits rise high, listening for footsteps or a breath in the sky. Every rustle and call, we'll chase down the clue. Good night, Bigfoot, our dreams are for you. Good night, Bigfoot, from the NCI crew. Good night, Bigfoot, we'll keep searching for you. We'll share your tales till the stars lose their light. Good night, Bigfoot, good night. So gather around, let the stories unfold of the curious creature, brave and bold. In the moonlit glades where the wonders abide, we'll keep you alive in the tales we confide. With binoculars aiming and hearts full of cheer, every hunt for your shadow brings you near. To the laughter and dreams we will never be through. Good night, Bigfoot, we'll keep waiting for you. Good night, Bigfoot, from the NCI crew. Good night, Bigfoot, we'll keep searching for you. We'll share your tales till the stars lose their light. Good night, Bigfoot, good night. As the fire dims low and the echoes resound, with friends by our side, in the woods we are bound. In the heart of the night, where the stories take flight. We'll always remember. Good night, dear Bigfoot. Good night. Whoa.